In other court news, there are some labor matters set to be handled at the tribunal this month, 8 to be exact. We spoke to President of the court, Mr. Art Forbes. 5 new cases are set to be heard at the labor court, and each complainant for the January cases is charging that they have been unfairly dismissed. Some of the hearings have already started and involve major employers like Beaches Resort and Spa, with 2 cases against them, and North Caicos Contracting Limited. President of the tribunal, Mr. Art Forbes, said the increase in work and workers has brought about an increase in disagreements on the job.
Interestingly enough, we had just the ending part of last year, our cases or the complaints were doubled. And that is because of the 7 stars complaint. The public is aware of that. We no doubt have a serious amount of increase of complaints, and that's throughout the islands, including South Caicos and Grand Turk. And obviously the tribunal is actually ensuring that we have the necessary resources with the cooperation and help of the Ministry of Labor to deal with those matters.
When WIV4 visited the tribunal, Jonathan Swan was giving his statement against North Caicos Contracting. He charges that he was unfairly dismissed. Bertha Lee Bell and Brian Cyrus sat with the labor president to hear the case, which is not over. President Mr. Forbes explained that the tribunal is a last resort to resolving labor disputes. The first stop is the Labor Department.
We have our internal process where the Department of Labor has 28 days to look at the complaint to see if they could actually solve the problem. If for any reason, which may not be their own, it may be one of the parties may be difficult and just do not wish to deal with the Department of Labor. In that case, the tribunal would take over.
And though the Labor Tribunal is only 4 years old, Mr. Forbes reported that by the end of 2007, cases had doubled and have taken some unique turns.
Complaint is obviously unfair dismissal. That seems to be about 90% of the complaints that come before the tribunal. And you do have on deduction of wages, and non-payment of vacation pay, a constructive dismissal. We have noticed a few of those to start coming before the tribunal. And we have had recently cases of victimization and discrimination. Employment ordinance quite clearly, if you like, and comprehensively covered all the factors relating to intimidation and victimization. So we have adequate laws in the Turks and Caicos Islands to deal with such complaints.
There are no fees associated with the Labor Tribunal. Employees can even represent themselves. And the President says there is an expansion of the service on the horizon.
We should have 2 staff added to our Provo office, which would complement that to 5. We are looking forward to having our staff based in Grand Turk to receive the complaints for Grand Turk, South Caicos, and Saul Key, including Ambergris Key. And we hope to have a building to hear our cases in Grand Turk and an office within the first quarter of this year. So I'm very optimistic of actually dealing with matters relating to the outer islands.